Hello friends, welcome to my channel Swapnil Facts Education and Art and Craft. Yesterday I was busy so I couldn't upload the videos. So today I am going to discuss with you all about the properties of numbers in detail and the divisibility test. So let's get started. Properties of numbers. Closure property. A operator B, if this falls in a group of numbers, then that operation is closed. Okay, so let's look at this in detail. Okay, so A operator B. Okay, see. So operators are plus, minus, multiply, and divide. Okay, so A plus B, A minus B, A into B, and A divided by B. Okay, so let's look at the example as the properties of whole numbers. Okay, so let's take 0 and 6. Okay, now A plus B. Okay, then 6 plus 0 gives us 6. Okay, so this falls in a group, and if I reverse the number, 0 plus 6 is also gives 6. So this falls in the whole number category of group. Okay, now A minus B. Okay, let's say 6 minus 0 is 6, and 0 minus 6 is something. So you see that this does not fall in the group of whole numbers. You must be thinking that how can you subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. I will discuss about that when I will discuss with you all integers. Okay, so that is something. So it does not fall in the group of whole numbers, so it is not closed. A into B. Okay, then 6 into 0 gives 0, and 0 into 6 gives 0. As 0 is a whole number, it falls in the whole number group, so it is closed. Now divide. 0 by 6 is 0, and 6 by 0 is undefined, that is infinity. I will explain that later. Okay, so division is not closed. So addition is closed, subtraction is not closed, multiplication is closed, and division is not closed. Okay, now commutative property. A operator B is equal to B operator A, then that operation is commutative. Let's look at this in detail. So A operator B means operators plus, minus, multiply, and divide. This means that if B operator A is also equal, then that operation follows commutativity. Okay, so commutative means reverse the numbers. So let's test it. Let's take 6 and 7. Okay, okay, so let's take addition first. 6 plus 7 gives 13, and 7 plus 6 also gives 13. So addition follows the commutative property. Now subtraction. 7 minus 6 gives 1, but 6 minus 7 gives something. So as the answer is different, so subtraction does not follow the commutative property. Now multiplication. Say 6 into 7 gives 42, and 7 into 6 also gives 42. So multiplication follows the commutative property. Now division. 6 by 7 gives 6 by 7. This is a rational number. I will discuss about that in the part of rational numbers. And 7 by 6 gives 7 by 6, which is equal to 1 and 1 by 6. this is a mixed fraction. I will discuss about this mixed fraction and rational numbers, and also I can convert this into a decimal. When I will discuss rational numbers, I will discuss this with you in detail. Now, associative property. Associative property. A operator B, A operator bracket B operator C is equal to A operator B in bracket operator C. Then operation is associative. So let's look at this in detail. So A operator B, A operator B operator C. This is associative property. If this equals to A operator B operator C, then this is associative. So operators are plus, minus, multiply and divide. Now let's check. Let's take three numbers now. 1, 2 and 3. Now first let's check for addition. 1 plus 2 plus 3, which is 1 plus 5, which gives us 6, and 1 plus 2 in bracket plus 3, which gives us 3 plus 3, which is also 6. So addition follows the associative property. Now multiplication. Now multiplication. So I have taken the numbers 1, 2 and 3. Let me write that here. Multiplication says 1 into 2 in bracket into 3. See, which is 1 into 6, which is equal to 6, and 1 into 2 in bracket into 3, which is equal to 2 into 3, which is equal to 6. So multiplication follows the associative property. Now subtraction. 1 minus 2 minus 3, which is 1 minus of minus 1, which is equal to minus cancel, 1 plus 1, which is equal to 2. So this is how you add integers. You will learn about them in detail later. And 1 minus 2 minus 3 is equal to minus 1 minus of 3, which is equal to minus 1 plus of minus 3, which is equal to minus 4. So 2 and 4 are not equal. So subtraction does not follow the commutative associative property. Now let's check for division. 1 by 2 by 3 and 1 by 2 by 3. So 1 by 2 by 3. Okay. Now 1 by 1 into 3 by 2, which is equal to 3 by 2, and 1 by 2 into 1 by 3, I have directly taken the reciprocal, which is 1 by 6. So 3 by 2 and 1 by 6 are not equal. So division does not follow the associative property. Again, I am repeating that reciprocal and division of fractions you will learn about it later. Now distributive property. Distributive property. This property has two operators. There are only two types of this property: multiplication over addition and multiplication over subtraction. So a distributive property has two operators, that is multiplication and addition or multiplication and subtraction. So there are two types. First type says a into b plus c in bracket is equal to a into b plus a into c, and multiplication over subtraction says a into b minus c in bracket is equal to a into b minus a into c. Let's look at this with an example. See, let's take the three numbers again, 1, 2 and 3. So a into, let's look at the first type. A into b plus c is equal to a into b plus a into c. Let's look at the first type. So 1 into 2 plus 3, which says 1 into 5, and which is 5. Now 1 into 2 plus 1 into 3, which is equal to 2 plus 3, which is equal to 5. So as you can see, these two are equal. So I have proved it to you. Now let's look at the second type, that is a into b minus c is equal to a into b minus a into c. Okay, let's take the three numbers 1, 2 and 3. Now 1 into 3 minus 2, which is equal to 1 into 1, which is equal to 1, and 1 into 3 minus 1 into 2, which is equal to 3 minus 2, which gives us 1. So these two are following the distributive property. So I have proved that to you. Okay, so to make this simple, I have given this chart to you for your better understanding. So addition follows the closure property. I have shown this chart in my previous video also. You can check the previous video. I have given the link in the description given below. Now let's look at the divisibility test. Divisible by 2. So divisible by 2 means that it's very easy. Just check if the last digit is divisible by 2 or if it is even. I have taken two examples. 234. So 4 is divisible by 2, which is then 234 is divisible by 2 and it is also an even number, and 145 as it is an odd number, so it is not divisible by 2. Now 3. If the sum of digits is divisible by 3, then the number is divisible by 3. Example, 345 is divisible by 3, 235 is not divisible by 3. So let's see this. So I have taken these two examples, 345 and 235. So 3 plus 4 plus 5 gives 3 plus 9, which is equal to 12. Now 235. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Now 235. So 2 plus 3 plus 5 gives 5 plus 5, which is equal to 10, which is equal to 1 plus 0, which is equal to 1. So 1 is not divisible by 3, but 3 is divisible by 3. Okay, so 345 is divisible by 3, but 235 is not divisible by 3. So now divisible by 4. If the last two digits is divisible by 4, then the full number is divisible by 4. 816. So 4 4s are 16, as 16 is the multiple of 4. So 816 is divisible by 4. Now 346. 46. 4 1s are 4. So 0 and 6. 4 1s are 4. 5 6. So 2 gives us the remainder. So it is not completely divisible by 4. Okay. So this full number is not divisible by 4. Now divisible by 5. If it is also very simple. If the last digit is 5 or 0, then it is divisible by 5. 725 has 5 in it. So it is divisible by 5. 850 has 0 in it. So it is divisible by 5. 128 does not have 0 or 5 in it. So it is not divisible by 5. Now 6. If the number is divisible by 2 and 3, then the number is divisible by 6. So 78. 78 is divisible by 2, as the last digit is even, and the sum of digits gives 15, and 5 plus 1 gives 6, that is divisible by 3. So 2 and 3 it is divisible, so it is divisible by 6. Why, you know? Because 2 into 3 gives 6, and 34 is not divisible by 6, as 4 is divisible by 2 although, but 3 plus 4 gives 7, and 7 is not divisible by 3, so it is not divisible by 6. Divisible by 7. This is a very tricky. If we double the last digit and subtract it from the rest of the numbers, Then if the number is divisible by 7, then the full number is divisible by 7. Example, 345 is not divisible by 7, 693 is divisible by 7. So let's see this. So 345. So 345. If I double the 5, so 5 into 2 gives 10. So if I subtract 34 from it, I get 24. And if I double the 4, I get 8. And if I subtract 8 from 2, I get 6, which is not divisible by 7. So 345 is not divisible by 7. Now 693. Now 693. As 3 into 2 gives 6. So 69 minus 6 gives 63. Now if I do this again, 3 into 2 gives 6. So if I subtract 6 minus 6 is 0. And I said 0 by any number is 0. So as it is completely divisible and leaves 0 as its remainder, so 693 is divisible by 7. Now divisible by 8. If the last 3 digits formed by a 4 or more digit number is divisible by 8, then the number is divisible by 8. Example, 4256 is divisible by 8 and 9236 is not divisible by 8. So 256 is divisible by 8 as 256 by 8 gives 32. Okay. So it is completely divisible by 8 and leaves no remainder. So it is divisible by 8. 4256. Now 9236 is not divisible by 8 as 236 by 8 gives 29 as the quotient and 4 as the remainder. So as it leaves a remainder, so it is not divisible by 8. Divisible by 9. The sum of digits is divisible by 9, then the full number is divisible by 9. It is kind of similar to divisibility by 3. So 8163. So if I add the digits up, so it is 9 and 6 plus 3 is also 9, 9 and 18. 8 plus 1, 9. So it is divisible by 9. And 632 is not divisible by 9 as 6, 8 and 8 plus 3 gives 11. So 11 is not divisible by 9. Now divisible by 10. If the last digit is 0, then the number is divisible by 10. Example, 3450 is divisible by 10 as the last digit is 0 and 345 is not divisible by 10 as there is no 0 at the last. Okay. Now this is the last divisibility test, that is 11. If the difference between the sum of the digits of the even and odd places is divisible by 11, then the whole number is divisible by 11. Example, 3245 is divisible by 11 but 3547 is not divisible by 11. Let's look at this in detail. So I have taken these two numbers 3245 and 3547. Now even and odd places. So let's break it up. 3245. You know that this is units place, this is tens place, this is hundreds place, and this is thousands place. Okay. So let me number it 1, 2, 3 and 4. So these two are even places and these two are odd places. Okay. So let me add 2 plus 5, 7, and I have added the odd places. Now 3 plus 4, which is 7, and 7 minus 7 is 0 as 0 is divisible by 11. So this number is divisible by 11. Now I have taken 3547. So let me write the units, tens, hundreds and thousands. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and this is 4. These two are odd places and these two are even places. So let me add 5 and 7, which is 12, and 4 and 8 it will be 3 and 4, 3 and 4, which is 7, and 12 minus 7 gives 6, and 6 is not divisible by 11, so this number is not divisible by 11, and 3245 is divisible by 11. So I hope you have understood this divisibility test. If you have any doubts or questions, you can ask me in the comment section below, and I have given the previous number system video in the description given below. So here I came to the end of this video. That will be all for today. Thank you.